Okay, let's
Let's
get
get
somewhere out of
Yeah.
the way. Come on, we'll just get that.
No, y'all stay there too.
No, come on.
Y'all stay there. She can be telling y'all about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I didn't get
What
dressed
you wanna
up.
know?
Now, whose house was this? First of all,
Uncle Wesley and Uncle Charlie Beverts and all the girls.
I see.
Then it passed on to Aunt Foy Walden, and then she passed it on to me and Leila and Gayard, and so I ended up remodeling.
I see. Yeah, it's a lot different than I remember from a kid.
Yeah. Well, what else you want to know?
Well, that some of this stuff.
This?
Yeah,
Have you ever seen an old organ?
not that fancy.
Isn't that something?
Was that in the family?
Oh yeah.
Now, whose organ was it?
It was the Beverts that lived down here.
I see.
I think Mama played a little bit on it. It won't play now, but I'll show you.
Now, your mama is Beauty, Aunt Beauty,
She was a Beverett.
uh-huh,
Bevert to these lived here.
and married Uncle Pharaoh Phillips. Okay. So,
And,
and she could play it.
well, she didn't play it. She could just pick out some notes. But that's their music book right there. And they had a pedal, you know, this pedal is. And these notes that change, you know, and pull out, pull out. I don't know how they played it.
What?
Y'all come on, look.
Look at show him about this ice box, Verna.
Okay. I got a lot of pictures to show you. Got some things you'll like about Lois.
Well, good, good.
Show him your ice box.
Well, I hate to open it up because it's got a lot of junk in
It
it.
doesn't have.
Now, whose was this?
This was Uncle Wesley's. Uncle Wesley Bevert's.
Did they have ice delivered down here?
Yeah.
Well, I'll be doggone.
In the later, later years, they put the ice there.
Huh.
Well,
That's something.
Open it wide so he can see it.
She did.
well, I hate to see the junk.
Oh, that's okay.
See, I got everything.
Yeah. That's
And they put their food and stuff and milk in here. And I don't know what they put in this. Some of the rest of the stuff.
Didn't they have a spring house or something out there built over a little house?
No, but we had a spring out there.
Yeah.
And it's a fish pond now.
I see. So where that spring was that Mama used to talk about, and there was a gourd there when she was a little
And
girl.
a glass.
Uh-huh.
Glass. I drank a mini of a glass of water out of that. And one time Benny Frank was down here. Me and her went to the spring. And she said, Verna, so you think I can jump that spring? I said, Benny Frank, you can't jump that spring. Over she went. She landed right in the middle of it.
Well, she was a little old thing when she was a little girl. But
Yeah. Well, she wasn't. She was older than I was,
Yeah.
but I was always crazy about Benny Frank.
I think we all were.
She'd tell me sometimes, said, Charlotte wants me to go stay with her, but said, I don't want to go, said, I can't stand them darn cats.
Did she say darn?
Yeah. She said, can't stand them darn cats.
I always said cats, didn't
Yeah. Lessa loves cats too, but she just has
I?
one.
Whose dolls are those? Is that?
This is one, this is Gayard's doll when she was a little girl.
Gayard's when she was a little girl, did it?
And that's one I got her when she was in the nursing home.
Let's see. Now, your brothers and sisters were.
Leila, Gayard, and Kermit. And I got a good war story to tell you about my brother.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, you want to go in the rooms?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Oh, this was Uncle Charlie's thermometer. It's hung there ever since I was a little girl.
Well, I'll say.
And this is what he weighed. He had a store. And this is what he weighed,
Uh,
sugar and coffee and.
Where was his store at?
Well, I'll show you. It's set right out there.
Well, was this a dead end then? People,
Yeah.
and so people had come down here and just to go to the store.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
And that little old barn out there, that was his store. And then they made a corn crib or something out of it. Did you get one of Randolph Snell's books?
Yeah, I did.
Well,
I tell you, I wouldn't take anything for that. We was lucky to get that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I'll tell you, this is if you need to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
That was a little bedroom, and this was a hall here.
I see. When I was a little boy, just Mr. Wesley Bevert lived here then. Is that right? And
Well,
he ended up being by himself here.
the last ones was Uncle Wes and Uncle Charlie and Aunt Ada. And Uncle Charlie died, and Aunt Ada died, and he ended up down here by himself.
Right.
But Garen brought his meals every day.
Well, I say,
I need to wipe my nose.
I do too.
Y'all don't have sinuses.
I do. I've been wiping in Theophil's ran to get something to wipe her.
Come in here.
Yeah. Just whatever you want to show us is what we want to see.
Well, and then we'll settle down on other things.
Okay. Just however you got it figured.
This was Uncle Charlie's bed. And so I love antiques.
Yeah.
And
That's beautiful.
then
Yeah.
this wasn't too hard to finish, but one time Leala and Garen met in Midland City, and they come flying back home and said, said we found a dresser just like the one
Oh,
that matches your.
man, it is exactly the same.
And I called Alec, and he said, well, take the truck and go get it. And
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
so I did, but it had about 3 or 4 different paints on it.
Huh.
So it took me a year to refinish it.
Now, it's Uncle Pharaoh and Aunt Beauty.
Uh-huh.
And is that Uncle Pharaoh?
That's Grandma and Grandpa.
Oh, that's Grandpa Phillips. And okay. You know, the thing that I keep running into a dead end is Grandpa Phillips's mama. I can't find any.
Mama.
Yeah, Grandpa Phillips's mama. Was she a shepherd?
Yeah, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth Shepherd. And I hadn't been able to find anything about her family much or anything.
That was Grandma and Grandpa Phillips.
Yeah. I think I've got this picture.
Yeah,
I don't have that one, no. Uncle
that's
Pharaoh.
Mom and Dad.
Yeah. I remember them.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you something else about him that you'll like to hear. Lois came to visit when you was little.
Uh-huh.
And she's afraid for you to get out of the playpen. Afraid you'd get a germ.
Yeah.
So Daddy went up there. He took you a piece of candy. That's the first piece of candy you ever had.
Seems like I've heard that. So Uncle Pharaoh, probably the first piece of candy I got.
Yeah.
The thing I remember about him was he was always laughing. That laughing.
Daddy loved company.
Mm-hmm. And he went barefooted a lot too, did he?
Oh Lord, you ought to tell Gary and Michael tell about. Oh, that was Garen's bonnet, and this is my grandmother Bevert's Sunday bonnet.
Well, I'll say.
And just look at the fine.
Good grief. Each one of those is like, she did it with a needle.
They did it. No, I think they did it with a sewing machine.
Sewing machine?
I wore this to Harvard, Old Fashioned Day a lot of times.
That's an old piece of furniture too, over there.
Yeah, she just said that she had this, but found that identical match to it.
Okay.
At Midland City. And the man that run it, he said, I took the truck. Ellen said, take the truck and go get it. Says, if you bring any more junk home, I'm going to leave. And So I went and got the dresser, and it just matches.
Yep. Yeah, it's almost like it meant to be together at one time.
Yeah.
They may have started off together and got split up.
My house.
Oh,
I've got one of these. I said,
Well, we'll go over here. Now this is not antique.
yeah.
Me and Elliot got that one first place. And that's Phillips FFA stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I told him, I said, you need to get this. I don't have room for it. And this over here, lightning struck my air conditioning unit when last August. And got it, my microwave, and doorbell. And the other ones underneath, well, the way it was ranged under this old house,
Yeah.
they couldn't put it back like that. And they had to put it on the inside. But Philip's gonna build me a cabinet.
Oh, and that keeps this house mighty nice too.
And you know my bill is one of those energy savers.
Uh-huh.
How you like these old walls?
I love them. I'm glad they've never been painted, have they? Yeah, they.
But I've scrubbed them a lot with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
The low doors is the same.
Yeah. Well, tell you what, you've made a museum out of it.
Well, Mark, my son-in-law said, I said, I don't want y'all to sell my house or anything in it. Mark said, well, we're gonna just turn it into a museum.
That's
I said, no, you're not.
right.
And these, you know, I collect everything. It's old Vicks vapor rub.
Well, I'll say.
And I've never seen one like that, but I found it out in the woods. And I found this, I don't know what came in that.
That's a pretty little bottle.
And it says McCormick's something. And it's got the patent year on it. And this little bottle was a Vicks nose drops.
Well, that'll be dog. Now, who's this in this picture?
That's Mom and Daddy when they got married.
That's Uncle Pharaoh. And they did. Well, I'll say, I've never seen that picture. Uncle Pharaoh. It ain't me.
Oh, this has got crooked. This is my Grandpa Bever's discharge, from the Civil War.
Oh, man.
Well, he was a prisoner of war.
Uh-huh.
It was dated in 1865.
Yeah. So they had him in the prison up there
And I
somewhere.
found that in a
it's
book
good
down
stuff
here.
back there too, isn't it? Oh, poop.
I found that. I found this in a book, just folded up in a little old bitsy thing. And
Good.
so I took it to a frame shop in Dothan, and they put it on paper so it won't deteriorate anymore.
Well, that's an important document from the
Yeah.
1860s.
And these is ash from Mount St. Helen when it erupted.
Well, I'll say, how'd you get a hold of those?
Well, I had a cousin lived in Bremerton, Washington, and she sent me these, and first she just sent these and didn't say nothing. And I said, why is she sending me so many paperweights? I don't need them. And then she wrote and told me that they were made, I don't know how they got all those flowers in there. And then later on, she sent me the stands that, and this is my favorite one, it's the pine cone, I guess.
Say. Well, that was nice of her to think about you.
And Vernon, you got a lot of interest in that, where you cut meal and flour and made bread, show me that stuff.
I'm getting down there. And then I'll tell some more stories. This is old meal and flour box. Charlotte, did y'all have one?
Yeah, Betty Sue had it.
Uh,
It's Betty Sue's house now.
it was made, I think, in 1935, Nelson Infinger made them out of poplar, I think. He made everybody in this community one.
Uh-huh.
Had flour on one side and meal on the other.
Pull up the shape, pull up the cloth and show Eddie.
The cloth.
Just so he can see the top of it.
There.
You know, that's made out of poplar. I bet you he's the one that built Papa's table. It's made out of poplar,
Yeah.
and he had somebody build
It was
the
probably him.
Nelson Infinger.
Yeah.
And it was built about when?
I figure about 1935.
35?
Time I know.
And this is potato masher.
Oh. Yeah, we were.
That was Elliot's mother's. And she gave it to me.
We wondered what it was.
And,
First you could see the top of it.
This is Mama's old biscuit
What?
tray, dough tray.
Benny Frank gave me two things that she said belong, I think, to Grandma Phillips.
Yeah.
One was a little aluminum egg separator, little
Oh.
thing.
Yeah.
And then the other was a pan about this deep. And she said that she made pear pies in it.
Oh.
You don't remember anything about that, do you?
And this is, I found this in the barn, and I said, don't know what that is. But I found out later it's a shoe hammer. See, it had a handle on it.
Well, Grandpa Phillips worked on shoes, didn't he?
Yeah, he had one of those anvils, shoe anvil.
What?
I've sat on that thing many a time.
Where'd that end up?
I have no idea.
Could he just make a pair of shoes from
No,
scratch?
he just
Fixed them?
pieced. Oh. You know, people didn't have shoes very much. I mean, they had to make them last. The bottom wore out, or they'd get some leather or something, and they'd
And Grandpa Phillips could fix them.
take the shoe tacks and tack them back.
With that right there, probably. Well, that's like, so that was his? Was that
Well,
Grandpa?
this was the beverage.
I see.
And this, I was in the barn one day, I was wanting an old coffee grinder. And I saw that little old handle stuck up. And I dug it out, and it wasn't a coffee grinder. It was a knife sharpener.
Ha!
And this is a syrup pitcher. You remember?
remember-
Everybody had a syrup pitcher. And then you remember the syrup pitcher?
Yeah, I remember
that one.
Yeah.
Every night I had one.
Yeah, everybody had a syrup pitcher.
Syrup pitcher.
Because that's what we ate was biscuit and syrup and
I used to have one of those little pink cans.
homemade bacon and ham and stuff like that. With eggs, that's what we had. And this is a butter mold. That good old butter they used to make. Churn.
And that was the Bevert, or
I think this might have been Mama's, I don't know. Garen had it and then she gave it to me. And this is what they used to weigh cotton with. Y'all remember?
I think I heard Annette got that one right. Didn't you say that?
I had one of those things that you balanced on,
Uh-huh.
but it was hanging in the barn and it just disappeared. I don't want no more. Somebody went in there and picked out what they wanted, I reckon. They'd put the big one on and then they'd put the little one on to get the correct weight. And this is Philip's little Tonka truck. It's been through the mill. It's David and Jake, his sons played with it, and I don't know who else. And I don't know about this picture. I picked it up at an antique place. And this was Mama's milk and tea pitcher.
So when she made tea, she made plenty of tea.
Oh, she could make the best tea.
Is that picture up there a barn that's here? Or is it?
This is the part of the old Bevert log house that's set way back up in the woods. I don't remember the
Okay,
log house, but this was the kitchen.
okay.
But they made a hay barn out of it. I'll get over here.
You know, my camera.
Are y'all interested in this?
Yeah, we love it.
I like that this one.
And
That's pretty.
this was the Beverets kerosene lamp. And this piece right here belonged to Ellen's mother. They had it sitting out in the barn.
Mm.
And it was just, you know, just dusty. And I told Ellen, I said, I want that. And his mother said, well, you can have it. I said, we just put it out there in the barn. And the rats had gnawed places out right here. And the top, the veneer on it was all crackered up. Man, it got a piece of veneer and cut it to fit. I said, well, just make that kind of a scallop there, you know, where the rats
Yeah.
are not.
He did a good job. Now he's a Cherry. Is his last name's Alex Cherry.
Oh, let's see.
So you got some pictures here.
Oh, yeah, I got pictures for y'all to see. Oh, you ain't gonna believe this, but when Lois was my Sunday school teacher,
Uh-huh.
I had a little man to go with it, but it got lost. She gave every one of us it was come in a little matchbox like thing.
Wow.
I guess there was a penny a box. And this is the little,
Wow. How old was she when she,
I don't know.
like you were, how old were you but then?
I don't think I'd started school.
So you were just like a little, well, I'll be taught.
And the
And Mama
funny-
was a Sunday school teacher.
Yeah. And the funniest thing, in the old church, I got a picture of it. She'd give us a Bible verse to learn. They call a roll, you know.
Yeah.
Give us a Bible verse to learn. So she gave me, I was a little older, I reckon, than Betty Sue. Well, I was. And she said, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Well, I got up and said, the Lord is my shepherd, he shall not want me. And Betty Sue got up and said, Jesus wept. Everybody laughed, and I didn't want to go back to church. I didn't want to go back to church.
Oh. Well, that's cute. I'll have to go home and tell my kids that their great grandma was a Sunday school teacher. From the other
Yeah.
stories I've told them, they'd never believe it.
That bowl on the table?
Y'all want to see these pictures now?
Yeah.
That's Lois and Daddy. I don't know whose child that she's holding. Might have been Annie. I don't know.
So that's Uncle Pharaoh and Lois Yarbrough and some little girl. I don't think it's Charlotte.
No, I don't think it is either. Might have been Annie.
And does this look like you?
It could be older.
I said, if it's pretty, it's not.
That's
No, that's not me.
Aunt Helen. That was Daddy's sister,
looks
Aunt
like
Helen
you.
Snell.
It might be.
And Daddy, and that's Mama, and that's Aunt Evie.
Right.
Oh, I love Aunt Evie. Oh, I love that lady.
I know.
She was easy to look. Do you know about there's a sister named Rado?
Yeah, was Grandma's. They had a sister,
I don't know.
and she married Kirkland. I can't think of his name.
Kirk.
Look at that.
Did they have any children?
No, she died. I think she died real young.
You don't know where she's buried, do
Right
you?
up there.
She's buried here in this cemetery. Right here at this cemetery right here.
Yes.
Something.
Did y'all hear that? There's a the Rado, the one that we couldn't find,
Rado?
died young, is buried in the cemetery up here. But we don't have a marked grave for her, do we?
Right over up there, one.
Well,
Yeah, but I think we
I think.
No, she was grown.
It but child.
Yeah, she's grown and
Well-
had a child.
Oh.
I don't think she. I think the child died.
Dies.
And
But that
so
was,
Kirkley wasn't gonna have a buried down here. And Grandpa Phillips said, well, that's my daughter and I'll bury her where I want to. So she was buried up here. With Grandma and Grandpa Phillips.
it buried pretty ground, Grandma and Grandpa Phillips. But maybe, unless we can find one marked Rado Kirkland, she may not have a marked grave.
Well, Leon and Garen and me and Irby Elders worked on the cemetery trying to get little markers.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if we got one for her or not.
There's some that just say Yarbrough.
Yeah.
Now
Well, we
that's
did-
Scotty's. That's some Scotty and Kathy's put there.
Well,
Leon.
some of them says just the last name.
Uh-huh.
Because we didn't know the first name.
But that's one thing, see, I didn't know where Ray, that's something we got from this, because we didn't know where Rado, because that was all of them's sister. We didn't know where she was buried.
Yeah.
And she was grown and she married, but she died young. And maybe in childbirth.
I don't know how she died, but
And Grandpa Phillips said, no, she's going to be buried here at our cemetery.
yeah,
When her husband wanted to have her buried somewhere else.
yeah. Oh, he didn't believe in, he was some kind of religion. He didn't believe in our faith.
And his name was Kirkland. I think I had that name, but I didn't. I didn't know anything about him or where she's buried.
I didn't know that.
And this is the old Preston Mill Bridge.
I remember going across that.
Yeah.
Too.
And Charlotte, I got something new on you. This is Uncle Henry and Aunt Evie
Jerry?
and Jerry and Leala. And I tell you something else, Uncle Henry loved gospel singing.
Oh, honey, you're right about that.
He'd go down to Florida, wouldn't he? And go to all night
Yeah.
singing down there somewhere.
With Sally Jane Ellis.
And this is when we had Christmas dinner down here, cooked on the old wood stove.
Oh, I wish we could
Daddy
had that
and
meal.
Mama and Jerry
I had that. I got that old stove under the
and
barn,
Leon.
but it's
Where's it?
that.
Let's say, all right, point to them and say who they are. I think I know.
Daddy and Mama, Leon, Gary.
This is
Kermit.
from the church. That's
Me.
on Coconut Tree.
So that's the mama and the daddy and the children.
Mm-hmm. That's the family.
That surgery didn't use too much in the eyes.
That's a good picture.
Jerry looks like
Now, while we got Kermit here, tell me his war story.
Okay, let me get the pictures. Charlotte got the church that you wanted.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
This is some of his pictures when he was in World War II. And
Jerry looks so tall.
he was in 4 theaters of war. We had 4 stars on his ribbon. And he was buried in a foxhole.
Mm.
And he never did know who dug him out. And about 3 or 4 years before he died, 5 of his buddies came to visit him. And one of them was the one that dug him out.
Well, I'll say. Was he in Germany or?
He was in, no, he was in North Africa, Italy, and Sicily. And I forgot the other.
He was probably with Pat.
Pat.
Oh yeah, he called him Old Blood and Guts.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he was under George.
Well, I'll say. Well, that's a good story. A bomb or something blew up and buried him in a foxhole, but they dug him out.
Yeah.
Okay, we got that one.
And he said, one time there's a water supply was, their water supply was cut off. And all they had for moisture was, they sucked the moisture out of grape vine.
Good grief.
Yeah,
That's some tough folks back World War
I
II.
don't see how any sense when you come home. And he told us, said, now, if I lay down and go to sleep, don't wake me up. Don't touch me. He said, if you do, I'll come up fighting. And he couldn't stand the smell of bacon cooking. He said it smelled like burnt flesh.
Hmm.
Oh,
Now, do you know who? That looks like Charlotte.
Well, I think Charlotte's in this picture.
That little bitty one there.
Yeah.
I wonder about what year this is.
I don't know. It was way back there when Brother Middleton was. You remember him?
Yeah.
Pastor.
Uh-huh.
And he made this picture.
Oh, did he
And he
really?
sent us, me and Leon Gary and Flora Preston, a copy of it.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's Charlene. Right there.
So, like, this was maybe 1950s,
Yeah.
late
Er-
40s, or early 50s.
Might have been that late, late 40s. About 45.
Yeah, he was on while I was in high school. He
Yeah.
was there. Brother Henry
Mm-hmm.
was the preacher, Brother Henry, and Brother Middleton.
I've got the Henry is the one Papa liked, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
And I've got a little movie of him.
I think that's Charlene. I think that's me standing right there. I think that's Daddy coming out the door.
I can't remember, that's what I'm trying to think.
And that's Frankie Preston, I think.
Oh, that little girl right there.
Mm-hmm. Little boy right there.
That's looked like a little girl with dress.
Well,
up.
that's Flora and Harry
Oh,
when he was a little
I
fella.
think it's got on a skirt, hasn't it?
I think it's just them big pants he
Oh.
had on.
oh, okay.
But I don't know where it was. Yeah.
Y'all don't know when the new church got built, do you?
That's why Brother Middleton started it, you know.
I think they just bricked it
But
Yeah.
I'll tell you
I
how.
remember when it was,
up. Block,
yeah.
big blocks and
I'll tell you how the church was first organized. Well, it was in 1895, but they said they went to church in a house and school back up there back at the cemetery. But, you know, the Uncle Wesley and Uncle them was pretty well educated. He had a beautiful handwriting.
Oh, yeah.
And so Mama had a pretty handwriting. And then the church up there, the Beverts, it was just a few Beverts settled in here. It was just, I think they were the third, they said third white family to settle in this community. And they, all of them went to church at Mount Pisgah, the Methodist church. They sent one of my great-great-grandmas. She was a Baptist. She wouldn't go to church. So, in the Methodist church. So so they decided they'd build her a church up there. A Baptist church. And that's how come this church get started.
Our little Mount Enoch got started from that. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They should be written in records too.
Yeah. Well, when I'm gone, nobody will know. But said, Mom, I want a copy of this. Said, I can't remember nothing.
Well, that's why it is getting it on tape for you.
And
Now, Grandpa Phillips, I guess, went to this church.
well, they moved from Skipperville.
Uh-huh.
Grandma and Grandpa Phillips.
What was
did.
he like?
Well,
Was he
didn't,
was he laughing like Uncle Pharaoh, or was he
no,
more
he was
serious?
solid.
Uh-huh.
And
That's
him.
That's Grandpa. I've never seen that picture. I thought it was somebody else.
Grandpa.
And
And he owned the first car in the community and the first
First-
radio and
no, not radio. I don't think he had the first peanut picker.
ha.
And he went around picking peanuts.
And Verna, the big bell, dinner bell. Tell about the dinner bell he had.
Oh, yeah. At 12 o'clock, Grandma Phillips would get out and ring that dinner bell, letting everybody in the community know it was time to eat.
I have a letter from him that he wrote to Mama when she was in Washington, and he had written a congressman to try to get her a job. And I think he must have been considered kind of an important man in the community.
Yeah, he was.
And somebody said he's kind of shaped like Earl. Does that ring a bell? He looks kind of like.
That's when he had lost weight.
Huh.
Yeah, he had lost weight there. He was sick. Daddy moved him down to our house.
He died the day after I was born.
Is that right? Well, then I'll tell you some stories about Betty Sue.
All right.
Me and her played together every day. And she was just as spitfire as she could be. And one time we was out in the yard playing, and everything I'd say, she'd say, "Well, thank you." And everything I'd say, "Well, thank you." And I said, "Betty Sue, if you say that to me one more time, I'm going to slap you down." I don't reckon I slapped her down, but I give her a good slap. She never did say that to me anymore.
You used to wash out our mouse with those bonnet gourds. Tell about that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I got so much to tell about her. I went up there one Saturday. I was always up there, and she was always at my house. And I reckon she'd been out and digging in the dirt or something. She was just as dirty. Her eyebrows had the most dirt up here. So I said, "Betty Sue, I'm going to give you a bath." And we got a big old tub and warmed some water. And it was they call loofah sponge, it was a bonnet gourd. It was rough. And I give her a bath with that. And I remember scrubbing them eyes just as good. And she still remembered it.
She did.
And
Why don't you sit in your chair over there?
Well, I stand up.
Yeah.
No, I better sit on the couch.
Sit, all right.
To get out of these. Since I fell and broke everything in my body. And she would come to my house and she'd get mad with me and she said, "I'm going home." I'd watch her, she'd get up to the crossroads and then she'd come back and I said, "Betty Sue, you didn't go home." "Yes, I did." One day she took her dog and laid it side the road. She said, "I did go home, so I took my dog home." Well, it come a rain. She's at my house and just ruined her dog.
Oh, no. Well, that was the doll. She said her store-bought doll, Benny Frank had got her. Was it a store-bought doll?
I imagine it was.
That's probably the doll Benny Frank got her. She said that was the
Yeah.
first doll she ever had.
Yeah, that was it.
Which of that bunch, which one was the sweetest of Henry and kids?
Henry's kid. I don't know. I reckon I have to say Betty Sue because she was just.
Mama always said Ain't Old Leader was.
Well, yeah, she was sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, which one was the feistiest?
That Betty Sue.
Betty Sue?
Yeah.
Well, I'd think it was going to be Mama, so I.
Well, me and Betty Sue would go spend the day with Grandma Phillips. We went often. And if Betty Sue had on a short dress, she'd get down to the sewing machine and sew a piece of material around it. And she was all the time cutting Betty Sue's hair. She never did cut mine.
Now, Grandma Phillips, if she thought Betty Sue's dress was too short, she'd add something to it. She just thought it was a little too short. Oh.
Yeah. And she was all the time cutting her hair.
Now, was she real religious or was she?
Well,
What was she like?
she was a little old bitsy woman. And,
Was she a good cook?
oh yeah, make the best biscuits. And everybody in the community went up there to Grandma Phillips, and she'd get out the butter and the biscuit, and she'd butter everybody a butter and biscuits, you know.
She liked kids.
Oh yeah, like them much as Daddy did. But and then one time, me and Bessie was at my house, and I don't know what we got mad with each other about, but anyway, we got behind the house and was fighting. And she had old long fingernails, and she had scratched my arms like it had been in a cat fight. And I said, I'm going in the house and get me a long sleeve shirt. Well, I come back out. We started it again. And she's still scratching on me, but she couldn't scratch. I got me a place on her arm right here. I just dug it in like that.
Now,
That's the only fight we ever had.
was Lee Aller and Benny Frank, were they kind of the same? That they were good friends later on in life. I know when they were growing up, were they the same age or?
No, Leon was older than Benny.
I see.
I remember Benny Frank she was older than me, but I loved her to death. I know.
She probably took time like she did all us. She always had time.
Mama said one time, we was eating supper, and Benny Frank come down to the house, and I was in my high chair. And said, I just had a fit to get to Benny Frank. Mama said, I just lifted you out of that chair and said, eat her up, eat her up. And when Leila had appendicitis surgery, well, Benny Frank come to stay with me and Garen, you know. Garen had to cook dinner. And me and her got in a sand bed, climbed up and down that sand bed, and we found pepper grass. Do y'all remember what that looked like? Had little old seeds on it. Well, we spit on our face and patted all that pepper grass on our face. And then we went to the house and showed Gator. Yeah, spit on it where it stick, you know.
Now, what about Dob and Earl? What were they like when they was growing up?
Well,
Were they sweet? Did they pick on y'all
No.
and throw rocks at you or anything?
No. But anyway, Theron and Earl went to a little schoolhouse and had to walk to school. But one morning, Theron and Earl killed a polecat.
Mm.
And they went on to school. And the teacher had to send them home.
I guess they helped farm around, and did you ever see them plowing a horse or mule or anything? Or?
No, but I imagine they plowed that ox like a Henry had. That big old ox.
I think I remember Daddy.
I don't remember that story. Papa had plowed an ox.
Yeah, big old cream-colored ox. Big old ox.
Now, why has Mama never told me that? Wow, I can just see 90-pound Papa behind a ton ox.
And one time, but old ox got out and got in Daddy's potato hill. Was eating his sweet potatoes up. So Kermit and Leala got out there and tied a bucket to his tail. That old ox just went flying home.
Did Papa and Uncle Pharaoh get along good?
Oh yeah, everybody got along with Uncle Henry.
Yeah.
Yes. I guess he was about one of my favorite uncles.
You always felt welcome to go there.
Oh yeah.
That's one of those houses you could just go to anytime.
Anytime, yeah. And ours too.
Yeah.
Charlotte used to stay with us a lot.
I knew. Eat that cornbread and sugar.
Yeah, she'd want Mama's cornbread, butter, and sugar.
Yeah.
You'd eat a mini a piece of that.
Yeah, I'd
You mean
call
you
that.
just leave your house and walk down there by yourself?
No, usually Betty should go with me. And I tell him, Uncle Pharaoh made me a basket. Back then he weaved baskets, Verner's daddy.
Oh, I got one.
And
Have
I
you
had,
still got yours?
mine burned up in my house.
Oh,
fire.
yeah.
I had a little basket about this big Uncle Pharaoh had made me. And I put, that was my little suitcase, and I'd pack that little basket, and that was my suitcase, and I'd go to spend the night with them, and I'd take that with me
Yeah.
to spend the night.
Yeah.
And then Ija, I called her, Verna's
Ija.
sister called Leal, I called her Ija. And Ija would always make me that cornbread, and I love cornbread and butter and sugar, just big old palms of cornbread. And I'd love that. One night I was going to spend the night with Verna and them, while Daddy and all of them went down to Mr. Wesley's. Who had the radio in the community, Verna?
Jim
Uh,
Weems.
Jim Weems had a radio, and they were going down to hear Joe Lewis fight.
Yeah.
And I took a little basket, and I was going to stay with Verna and them. Well, after the fight, I got to thinking about, well, I might just go on home. So I took my little basket, if Verna remembers, and I waited at the front door till Daddy and them came home, and I told them I'd just spend the night with them another night.
Did she come back the next night? And,
Went back the next night and stayed with them, I guess. And
yeah.
cause I love that little basket, so I remember that little. I love that basket and had it up until my house fires burned when I moved out.
Now I've got one that I think Grandpa Phillips made, a little basket.
You might.
And I also have the little basket that the Indian, you know, they would,
Creek Indians made.
yeah, they were starving, and our grandma Foreman, I think, would leave, they'd leave 2 baskets, and she'd put cornmeal in one, and then the Indians would take the one with the cornmeal, but leave her the basket. And Benny Frank gave me that basket.
Right.
Well, my basket's over there side of the Oregon.
Let's see.
It's got just take those flowers out.
And this is one Uncle Pharaoh made. Did he make those big old,
Cotton baskets.
wow.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Wow.
This was the basket he made. It's got
I think he made Betty Sue one and me one.
made me one. This was the size of mine.
Well, I'll say.
And later on, I colored each little thing. I painted mine after magic markers became popular.
Oh, Lord, wasn't that
I
good?
know it.
My Barney is that one.
And this is what you should have done.
Creative work.
I remember Charlotte.
Uncle Pharaoh, tell him about he'd make those huge cotton baskets. Back then, we'd put cotton in cotton
He'd go
baskets.
to the woods and get white oak. And he'd take that white oak and he'd split it. And then he'd scrape all that with a piece of glass where he could get it, you know, where he'd get it where he could weave it, you know.
Did he soak them in water or burn them?
I believe he did.
I think that, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes he soaked them in the river, I think.
And I don't remember soaking them in the river.
I
but-
just remember them being soaked. Of course, they were real pliable.
Uh-huh.
I guess he learned that from his daddy.
Well, I'll tell you another story about me. Well, I was little, and I hardly remember it. But it was rainy and real cold. Mama went to milk the cow. And I put in I was going with her, and Daddy said, no, you're not. I argued with him to the life that I was going. I never did talk back to my daddy, but I was talking back to him that day. And so he got a switch. And he was switching my legs. And I went under the table. He's down on his hands and knees, whipping me out from under the table. And I sailed on to him and bit a hunk out of his hand.
Ooh, you were a little Hellcat.
But you know, Daddy laughed about that all the time. He'd tell it and just laugh. It was funny too.
And they made switches out of peach trees, right?
Oh, Mama, I dreaded that. If I didn't get many switchings, but if I needed one, Mama took me to the peach tree. And she'd break off a little old limb like that. And she'd stand there and peel that bark off and the little knots, you know. And I don't want to bruise you, but she could streak them legs good with that peach tree. But the worst part was standing there waiting for to get the switch ready.
Now, you grew up in the house down there at the forks of the roads
Right, yeah.
that I remember where Grandpa Phillips lived. That's where you grew up. Is where he lived when.
where Daddy lived.
Yeah, Uncle
Oh.
Pharaoh. I mean.
When Daddy and Mama first married, well, Daddy I reckon, had the foresight. He bought 40 acres of land through the Federal Land Bank.
Oh.
It was there on the corner.
Uh-huh.
And so, their payments wasn't but $36 a month.
Wow.
And they finally paid it off.
Well.
We're as poor as the church mouse.
And he farmed. He didn't work anywhere. He farmed all his life and fished.
Fished.
He liked fish.
And we didn't have any money, but nobody else did either. We didn't know we was that poor. I remember when me and Gaggerton went to Midland City School. She was in high school and I was in grammar school. Well, we'd buy a dime pack of notebook paper and divide it.
Yeah, it didn't cost much back
Now,
then.
did y'all, Mama used to talk about the bus, and they'd have to get out and push it up the hill, that red hill.
I
Was
don't
you?
remember that. That was before
Mhm.
she was over then.
Right.
But we always had something good to eat, like, biscuit and syrup and butter and ham or bacon or something.
You'd carry your lunch.
Yeah.
Did they have a lunchroom there? Or?
Never did have a lunchroom. Nowhere I went at Midland City.
So everybody carried a syrup bucket or something?
No, I had a brown paper bag. I'd save it, or a piece of newspaper.
I used to write in the newspaper.
You'd get a loaf of bread for a dime. Mom would make the rolling store and get me a loaf of bread, and then she could make the best chocolate tarts, to put in my lunch.
I love her.
How often that rolling store come back?
Every week.
Once a week.
And one time, Kermit smoked, and he sent me out and said, "I'll give you a nickel." He said, "But go out there and get me a sack of Bull Durham smoking tobacco." So I went there and asked that, the one that was running the rolling store. I said, "I want a sack of bull."
Sack of bull.
And I got me a nickel's worth of candy.
Okay, I'm gonna have to plug this thing up.